Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines. We have Djibouti, Egypt trainings of merchant navy and many officers. OPEP and oil is no increase in productions of oil. Welcome to our newsroom. The Secretary of State for Youth and Sports, His Excellency Hassan Mohammed Kamil, today received in her office the representative of the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP in Djibouti, Ms. Fatuma El-Sheikh. This first contact between the Secretary of State and the UN officials took place in the presence of the senior officials and of the department, the head of the youth issues at UNDP, Mr. Ranzi Fouad Salim. Mr. Fatuma praised the good relationship between the UNDP and the Djibouti state in the good collaborations in many files, and in particular that of youth, and congratulate the Secretary of State for his renewal at the head of the department. This visit by the UN senior officials is part of the series of consultations set up by the Secretary of State to highlight all partners so that the regional forums of June is held in the best conditions. The students of terminals of scientific series of the whole countries are working on the practical test of white baccalaureate from Monday to Thursday, May 23. This test relates specifically to the disciplines of life and earth sciences, physical sciences and mathematics. The inspectors carried out an inspection tower today in the capital's high schools to ensure the smooth runnings of the events. At the end of these inspections, they were able to note that all the practical tests of the disciplines, they rejoiced at the device put in place. It should be emphasized that schools have provided laboratory rooms and laboratory equipment, as well as supervision around provided by teaching staff and administrative staff. As part of the international collaboration and the close partnership between the Djiboutian National Gendarmerie and Italian Rifles, last week, Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden, Chief of Staff of National Gendarmerie, at the head of a delegation, reduced the Chief of the National Gendarmerie, and his delegations were welcomed by the Army Corps Commanders Giovanni Nistri, commanders of the Italian Carabinieri weapon. It should be noted that the High Command of the Gendarmerie gives priority to trainings of its staff. Moreover, this working visit is part of the policy of rise of Gendarmerie Djibouti, already initiated thanks to the excellent cooperation with the weapons of Carabinieri, which offers quality training during this visit. Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden saw firsthand the various installations and equipment of the Carabinieri weapon. A meeting between the new recruit and the first promotions of merchant navy was held yesterday in the meeting rooms of the Authority of Ports and Free Zone. Main objectives to share experience with the new ones who will leave after the month of Ramadan for a period of 6 years in the prestigious Navy schools of Alexandria, Egypt. These young people whose destiny is to become officers of the Djiboutian Merchant Marine will follow trainings in the safety and security of ships and ports facilities and offshore, by surfer simulator preventions of collision at sea, but radar simulation, nautical initiations course covering the prerogatives of qualified seamen, the driving drug in the ports and raids and others. Marine merchant at demanding but exciting job. The first promotions has given all the key to success and speech with strong connotations of the sense of responsibility and team points to the young people who will leave to take off and host the national color among the other world nations once finished the trainings. As the previous winners, this young pilot, the future sailors, Mastador Djibouti pavilions will soon be there. This meeting took place under the aegis of the port commanders Mr. Mohammed Musa Abar, his deputy Ismail Mohammed Turki, and the human resource managers of the authority ports and free zone Mr. Waisa Mohammed Waisa. After the announcement of the death of the Sultan of Tajura Abdul Qadir Hamad, many messages of condolence addressed to his family and to the peoples of the Sultanate of Tajura. Djiboutians still flock to the RTD. That's the Minister of Education, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, Ambassador to United Arab Emirates, Usman Musa Darar, Ambassador in Sudan, Ahmed Ali Barre, Hussein Ahmed, Chief of the Randa village, Muhammad Ahmed, former Member of Parliament, the lawyer Muhammad Abazid Ahmed Goubo, and Medina Salah Ali, advisors to the Minister of Youth, Iwad Ali Afkada, Mariam Musa Ali, President of RPP, Wahled Daba Annex. The Directorate addressed their sincere condolence to the whole families of the late Sultan Abdul Qadir Hamad. The Directorate of Maritime Affairs informed users of the ferry boat Muhammad Burhan Qasim that it will perform Wednesday, May 22, a special trip to Tajura for all those who would like to accompany the deceased Sultan of Tajura in his last home. The ferry boat will leave at 7 a.m. precisely. The Directorate of Maritime Affairs took the opportunity to present to the Sultan's family and the whole of Sultanate of Tajura and their sincere condolence. The risks of precipitations are still current throughout the countries. These rains are reported in Dakhil yesterday in Djibouti and the coastal areas of the country, Tajura and Obok. Last night the traffic was difficult. The security agents regulate traffic, especially at the mouth of the road to Venice near the Palm Grove, and Humbly was also in flood. Weather is forecast for the next 24 hours. Persistence of cloudy weather throughout the countries and presence of a cloud cluster in the Gulf of Aden that may spill over our coastal front. A stormy force development of the relief of the interior, the northern part of the territory in the afternoons and the evening, causing stormy intermittent showers, sometimes accompanied by gusts of wind. The strong wind felt in the north of Obok yesterday afternoon. The strong wind coming from the sea on the east side of Yemen did not do any damage, but damaged more than 3 transport poles. The prefect of Obok region, Hassan Dabele, urged EDD to intervene as soon as possible so that the young population does not face the difficulties in this blessed month of Ramadan. The EDD representative from the Obok region and his technicians quickly responded to the prefect call and quickly went to the place where the electricity pole was damaged. The Obok region's EDD quickly repaired, which was deprived of electricity for a few hours because of strong wind. EDD Chief of Staff Abdallah Ali Bim in Obok asked the people to move away from the power pole during the heavy wind and rain. On his side, the prefect of the region, Hassan Dabele, asks the Obok population is not let the fires or the wind can prevail. In the day of Sunday, torrent rain fell in Tajura region is more than precisely to help as part of the climate change adaptation project implemented by the ministry in charge of environment. Several others thresholds have been built to slow the flow of waters and recharge the water table. These thresholds of profit were built by the ministry in charge of environment with the support of the local community, which took full part in the construction of these hydraulic works. These hydraulic works have worked well and played the role of rainwater retention and groundwater recharge. Thanks to this threshold, Adailu will have consequent flows to satisfy the whole populations of the village. Following the rain felt in the regions, precisely in Adairu, hydraulic work made under the project Climate Change have fulfilled their mission, recharging groundwaters that failed the Whale environment officials, including the Secretary General, Mr. Dini Abdallah Umar, and the Director of Environment, Mr. Hussein Rirash, reacted to this good news concerning the improvement of access to water conducive to sustainable development. The regional councils of Tajura organized the collective meetings with the Balhu community and various leaders of the traditional chief, the women from the different localities of Torra. Indeed, after the breakup of the young Balhu religious leaders, he reminded that the breakup in common between the leader and his community is very important, as it has been said well in our religion. Since the times of the Prophet Muhammad, the breakup of the young is a group. He reminded us that eating together proves solidarity among the members of community. He thanked the president of the regional councils of Tajura, who organized the ceremony of breaking up the youth into the community. A delegation from UNDP, Al Khair Qadar Association, and ONAX granted the inhabitant of Damerjog a food donation. This gift of living is composed of flour, sugar, rice, milk, dates, and blankets for the inhabitant of this locality. More than 715 households benefit from these donations. This gift of living to the inhabitant of this locality will undoubtedly bring some comfort and during this blessed month of Ramadan. For the international scene, no increase in the rate of oil production to predict. It is what energy from an important meetings of the organizations of petroleum exporting countries in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia this Sunday. Listen to the report.
No increase in the rate of oil production to predict. It is what emerges from an important meeting of Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries (OPEC) in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia this Sunday. Because despite the American sanction in Iran and the decrease in Venezuela, which causes the production of these two countries to fall, while stocks are increasing on that war, Saudi Arabia and the United Emirates. At the lowest level in 5 years, Iranian production could fall in May to unprecedented level since the Iran-Iraq war in 1980. The level of oil production decided by OPEC last year should therefore remain the same at 1.2 million barrels per day.
This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us.